Have you ever stopped and wonder why is there a lack of authenticity and individuality in the world today? And how you are probably one of those people who wish to be in somebody else's shoes, who wish they lived that person's lives, who wish they had such an experience, and who wish they would just like them, who wish they had those type of friends, who wish they lived that kind of lifestyle, who just wish and have this immense amount of FOMO that they just can't stand, and they just constantly follow and look at other people's lives and just constantly want people to be around them. They want to be surrounded by people because of this fear of being alone. They just can't find it within themselves to spend time with themselves in their own thoughts and actually just be. That's actually what they hate the most, and there's nothing more than they want than just to be with others. Chapter number 1, the signs. First thing is you're relying too much. You're relying too much on others in terms of validation, in terms of emotional support, in terms of also like entertainment. If you yourself can't validate yourself, if you can't be your own emotional support, if you can't entertain yourself, then you need to solve this issue. Because the thing is, with the fear of being alone, you're going to, oh my gosh guys, you're never going to be your own person for a very, very long time. You're not going to have a sense of identity because your identity lies within other people. It lies with other people's opinions, your interaction with other people, their opinions and everything. It's going to be hell for you, and you're going to be a people pleaser, and a people pleaser. I was listening to a podcast episode like months ago, but it was sometime during this year, and I listened to it, and it's basically about being the person that you need, becoming the person that you need. And it was such an important message, because it's like, yes, you can form your own support system with your friends and your family and whatnot, but at the same time you need to be that person for yourself. Because when everybody else is busy with their lives and doing whatever, and life gets busy, who are you gonna have? Who are you going to rely on? Number 2, you're purposefully avoiding solo activities because you cannot stand just being with yourself. You constantly need to be with other people, and the thing is, you automatically have this wave of confidence when you're with other people, but when you're on your own, you're probably the most insecure person in the building. And that is bad, because you need to be able to spend time with your own. You also need to be very independent within yourself, because you don't want to end up relying on other people. But the thing is, when you have this fear of being alone, you are going to be that type of person who's just going to rely on their friends to boost their confidence, to channel into this person, to channel into your alter ego when you're with your friends, to channel into this person who knows how to, face anything when they're with their friends. You need to be able to do that with yourself as well, because your friends are not always going to be there. Number 3, your fear of loneliness. Your fear of loneliness, is a part of you having this fear of being alone. But the thing about loneliness, and the thing that people don't realize, is that with loneliness, not everybody that you associate with is good for you. But because of that loneliness that you have right now, you're just willing to accept everybody in. You don't care who it is, as long as you have people by your side. And that is so bad, because people have different energies. Some people don't have a vibe that matches yours, and that could be very bad for you. Have you ever just been in a very good mood, but then someone just comes into your space with their bad energy, and it just mixes with yours, and then you end up feeling some type of way that you didn't even feel with in the beginning, but because you interacted with that person, now your energy has switched. Now imagine you're just carelessly inviting all of these people in your lives. Exactly. So it's really not good for you. Don't take your loneliness as a sign to accept every single person in your life. No, not every single person has to be in your life. Not every person deserves to be within your life and to just be your friend and be associated with you. So don't you ever do that. Don't be desperate to the point where you would just want to accept everybody in. Hell no. Number 4 is that you rely on other people to make you happy. So the thing with this is, yeah, it's the reliance for me. It's the reliance on me. Like, someone can make you happy, that's valid. That could actually be outside of your control. But if you constantly rely on a specific person or a specific group of people to make you happy, you've lost your way. You've lost your way. Because you have to be the creator of your own happiness, not somebody else. Because then again, when they leave, who do you have? You have to create these things for yourself. So when these people go and leave, because some people are there for a season, some people are there for a lifetime. You don't know who those people are. You may think that that friend that you have right now is going to be there for a lifetime because that's what you believe and what you want, but that might not be God's plan. Whether it is good or bad, but at the end of the day, everything works out in your favor. So it's going to be a blessing either ways, but it won't feel like a blessing in the moment. But my thing is, why are you depending on somebody else to make you happy? Because that person is going to have their bad days. That person is not always going to be the bright and bubbly person and extroverted person every single day. So when they're not happy, who's going to create that happiness for you? Because at the end of the day, as much as you may need these people and need these experiences with these people, that person also needs you to be a light in their lives. You also need to be happy within yourself in order to maybe reflect that onto somebody else's life and make their day possibly better. Number 5, the very, 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 very big one, which is FOMO. FOMO. Guys, my main issue with FOMO is that it has a lot to do with comparison, because you're sitting and you're minding your own business, and like, let's say you're scrolling on social media, you see someone's story, you see someone is celebrating having a time of their lives in an after party that you weren't invited in. So why are you now comparing yourself with this person? Why are you wishing that you could be in the position of this person? Because what they show you doesn't mean that it's positive, doesn't mean that it was a positive experience. Do you know how much, guys, do you know how much vlogs of YouTubers that I've watched and they've only clipped the good parts? Because that's the parts that people want to see. Nobody really wants to see the blood and the sweat and the tears. People just want to see the good, because first of all, that's what people have become accustomed to. No one just really wants to consume it in that negative content. But the thing is, the way that you receive it may be negative, because then you're going to start comparing and you're going to start creating all of these things in your head. And you think that you're missing out on the best experiences, whereas you're not. There may be something that's happening behind closed doors that is so dark, that has not been brought to light, that you do not even know yet. That you don't even know that you probably haven't been invited for a particular reason. That God didn't want you there for a specific reason. Maybe because those are not your people. Maybe because there's something that wasn't meant for you to see, for you to experience. Because, I don't know, something bad could have happened, but people don't think of these things. People only think about other people having a good time. Are they truly having a good time, or are they just faking it? Because, honey, if the camera is on, people can put on an act. People can put on an act. It's not a lie, and we all know it. Let's be real. Chapter 2, the dangers of constantly depending on spending time with other people. First things first, it's gonna automatically, and this is a given, it will automatically lead to you losing your individuality. Because first of all, you no longer know who you are outside of these people. All you know is their opinions, what they do, what they like, their interests, their desire, whatever. And it's come to a point where you're so close to those people, yeah, that you can't even make a decision without them. And I've said this in one of my videos before, and I'll say it again. You can become dependent on a person so badly that you don't even realize how much it has affected you. And it can actually ruin your relationships. Because let's say you've become very close to that person, right? And that person's opinion possibly weighs a lot in your life right now. And that could ruin your relationship, because you now regard that person's opinion that you're close to more higher than the person that you're in a relationship with. That person's opinion weighs more, and it is more in your mind. And the thing is, what you're doing is you're not listening to that person in the relationship. You're just, your head is just filled with the opinions and the feedback of that other person, how that other person feels who's outside the relationship. And the thing is, like, sometimes these people that you depend on, they're not the wrong ones, because they're just stating what maybe they would have done, they would have said how they would have felt in the situation. But it is not your job to take those things personally. You don't have to take those things directly and place them and do whatever you want with them in the relationship. No, have a mind of your own. Think for yourself. And you know what? Maybe stop telling people everything. Stop telling people everything. Stop telling people every little thing about your relationship, because it's gonna get you nowhere. Decide, fix your own problems. Come up with your own problem solving skills and whatnot. Number 2, it can lead to unhealthy relationship, because let's be real, you're just there for the sake of it. No matter if that person is treating you bad, like you're bottom of the barrel scraps, like you're trash, like you're just gonna be dumped like the rest of the trash, you're just okay because that person is there for you. Because you just can't fathom that I have to spend time with myself. Absolutely not. Then that's why you're the way that you are. That's exactly why you are the way that you are. Number 3, pretty simple. You won't ever grow. You will never grow. You'll lack self-awareness, and you'll just people please more and more and more. And you'll be living for the world, and you'll be living for other people, instead of doing what's right for you. So, how do we fix this? First things first, you accept your fear, you acknowledge it. You acknowledge it, you accept it, because acceptance is the key to everything. There is no time to judge, there is no time to suppress your emotions or be avoidant, because that will never get you anywhere. You already have so many people in the world that are judging you, so why are you judging yourself? Number 2, validate it. Validate that fear. And you may be thinking, why the heck am I saying this? We as humans have been conditioned to think that we need others. We need to depend on other people and whatnot. Yes, sometimes we do need people, but it's a thing of like, you don't need to depend on others in order to get to the next destination. You need to now fully stand on your own, because you have been depending on people for literally your entire life. You need to finally stand on your own and help yourself, and stop expecting other people to help you. Stop expecting other people to help you grow. Stop expecting people to guide you every step of the way. You have to do that for yourself, because a person can only do so much for you. A person can only do so much for you. If you are not willing to change, if you're not willing to put in the work, what can that other person do? They cannot transform you. Hell no, what can they do? They can only do so much. So the thing is, you need to stand firm in your belief and in what you want, and then you need to take actions towards it, so that you can become the person that you want to become, so that you can actually become a better person, so that you can overcome this fear of yours that is not going to be overcome by just sitting and doing nothing. It is going to be overcome by you standing and finally being confident in who you are, and finally saying that it's time for a change, because it clearly is. Number 3, you need to develop a relationship with yourself. And you develop a relationship with yourself by getting to know yourself. Just like you develop a relationship, romantic relationships with other people and platonic relationships with other people, develop one with yourself. But you get to know yourself, you spend time with yourself, you ask yourself questions in order to get to know yourself. Because at this point, you have no sense of identity. You have no sense of individuality. So you need to regain that, and you need to embody that. Fix your relationship with yourself by also spending time with yourself, spending alone time, and actually being okay with your own company. Come on, man. Like, I know some of us thrive on other people, but sometimes it's not a bad thing to actually go back to you and actually just enjoy being by yourself. It's not a crime, really. And with that being said, you guys have come to the end of this video. I really hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope it helped, and I hope that you can finally overcome this fear of yours, and that you can just transform into the person that you want to become and that you dream to become. And yeah, with that being said, bye guys. I'll see you guys next time.